The Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business Podcast brings you a unique view of Mesa through its vibrant business community and the subjects that are important. The podcast is produced in the Mesa Chamber of Commerce Media Studio, sponsored by the University of Phoenix. Our podcast is hosted by Mesa Chamber of Commerce CEO Sally Harrison. Please enjoy this episode of the Mesa Chamber Inside Business Podcast.
All right, well, hello to everyone out there in Chamber Podcast audio fan land.
Good Lord. Hi.
We've actually literally just finished recording another podcast before we did this.
And so here we are. So Sally Harrison here and
Bob
Nelson.
Bob.
Yes.
The email guy.
And we're going to talk about a couple of things.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about the 24-hour business plan challenge.
Which, when some people just heard you say that, they're like, 24 hours?
I know.
What does that mean?
It's going to be fantastic. Glorious.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about the Mesa pitch.
Yeah. Let's talk about the business plan challenge first, because I think that's crazy.
So we started this, 5 years ago now?
You started it.
All right, 5
And
years.
I just let you do it.
All right, well, there you go.
Because it's crazy. But it's cool.
So it is literally, as the name implies, it is a 24-hour business plan challenge. So
Yes.
Either students or even anyone that wants to start a business, right?
Yep.
The biggest piece of that is like getting organized, figuring out how you're going to attack that. And we have for, 6 years now.
This will be our sixth, I think.
6 years. We've run a program with Mesa Community College called the Green Flag Mesa Program.
Mm-hmm.
And that program is a 2-year program that helps students like organize and launch a business. So we wanted to bring some sort of extra chutzpah to that event. And
the 24-hour business plan challenge has definitely got that.
Right, it does. Because,
Yes.
but what it does is it gets you focused, right? So it brings
Yes.
you in. It literally is 24 hours. You come in Friday at about 5 o'clock.
Yep.
Get yourself some Lou Malnati's pizza.
Yes, they've been very good to us.
Yes, they are just so much fun.
Yes.
And anyway, so you grab yourself a piece of pizza, you get comfortable. We hear from a couple dignitaries to kind of kick it off.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 6 o'clock, you get a packet. And the packet tells you everything you need to do.
Yeah, and it just gets bigger and more organized and more fun, I think, every year for everybody. So last year, because it's grown over
Right.
the years. So last year we had how many participants?
We had 25 individuals sign up to do it. 20 of them finished,
Completed.
got to the 6 o'clock, and 16 of them turned in a finished plan.
And how many mentors did we have?
Oh gosh, we must have had 12 or 15 different mentors through the night.
Yeah, through the night. Some of y'all are kind of crazy because I make sure that everybody is, I don't even do the feeding. I just say hi, and then I say, good job, Bob. You just go, then...
the thing about it, and this is something that we talk about in orientation when you join the chamber, right? And it's the idea that the reason that you join the chamber is to engage in the community. The idea
Right.
that you participate. And this is one of those, no-brainer ways, right? You can be a part of this event. You can show up. You can help these entrepreneurs. And you're really giving them your experience as a business owner or as a business person.
Well, and honestly, I don't think we could do this without the mentors, right?
No, not at all.
You and the instructor that we have from MCC can't handle 25 businesses and the support that they need, right? So having our businesses come in and our chamber members to spend time, and sometimes that's an hour, and sometimes I know it's been like 4 or 5 hours from some people.
I'm going to give a shout out to Shane Dyerson.
Yes, he's the man. He is the man.
Because this is like Shane's event. Shane loves this event to no end. So he'll come in, he'll roll in about 5:30, get himself some pizza, hang out. He's there at 2 in the morning still, doing his thing. It's fantastic.
So cool.
I love him.
Crazy, but cool. And lots of social media that happens.
Lots of social media. So if you're interested, you can see videos that we've made over the last few years on YouTube, on the Chamber's YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. We will do live YouTube videos, usually every hour or 2 hours from the event.
There's some fun stuff that's added to kind of break up the sitting there focused on work,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
So obviously a lot of social media.
A lot of social media.
I know some people brought in some video games last year.
We brought in an original Nintendo.
Holy cow!
Last year, we happen to have had a cornhole set,
mm-hmm.
so we had that going on for a little while.
Yeah.
And then we had a Jeopardy game that we did, I think at 2 or 3 in the morning.
Well, and lots of snacks and obviously a lot of coffee.
A lot of coffee.
Thank
Thanks
you,
to
Renegade.
Craig Boats at Renegade, who again will be providing coffee for this year.
Well, and I just think it's also a great time for those, I wouldn't say students, but the people who are working on the business plan to also engage with each other, right?
Oh, yeah. So, it really doesn't, it's not a competition. And that's the thing, right? It really becomes about making sure that everybody that has the chance to finishes.
Mm-hmm.
So you get into the 8, 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. People are starting to look around to see who's struggling a little
mm-hmm.
bit because they want to help them,
mm-hmm.
right? So you get into like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're getting down to where some people have finished, and so those people now have pivoted and they're helping everybody else finish.
That's cool.
Which is really cool because everybody wants to get everybody across the finish line.
Sure.
Which just makes it that much more of a great event.
Well, last year I saw that you had done something a little different where you had a whiteboard with everybody's name down one side and then kind of key, milestones, if you
mm-hmm.
will, they had to hit. And if they hit that by a certain time or whatever, they got a check mark and a ticket, like a raffle ticket.
Yep.
So entered into a bunch of door prizes throughout the 24 hours.
Yeah, so we wanted to make sure that they had a guide path
mm-hmm.
to, because you can get swallowed up in making a business plan, right? So it could be 12 hours and you're still talking about what kind of material you want to use on your product and
mm-hmm.
you've not done any of the other parts.
Right.
So we built a sort of a check guide so that as you go through the night, you can look at this and think, okay, I should be about right there
mm-hmm.
at 2 a.m. I should be about right there at 6 a.m. I should,
mm-hmm.
and it's just a good way for them to stay on track
mm-hmm.
and know that, okay, I'm spending too much time on this. I got to move on,
right.
kind of thing.
Right.
And there's a ton of that. So the mentors really help with that too, because they really kind of ask some questions like, so is this really that important to getting to the end, or
mm-hmm.
what are you doing here?
Right.
It's just it's a fantastic overall event.
So if people wanted to get involved, they could contact you at bnelson@mesachamber.org.
They certainly can.
Or call you, or look on the website.
If they want to volunteer, so they want to be in the room and just
mm-hmm.
hang out and help and support the participants,
mm-hmm.
reach out to me. If you want to be a participant and you want to try and do a business plan in 24 hours, reach out to me. I'll connect you with Dan Piercy, our contact at Mesa Community College. Make sure we get you on the list.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking for about 20 to 25 participants again this year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty busy. I was literally on a call with Dan this morning. So
cool. Do we have sponsor opportunities for that?
We do. So you can be a sponsor. We want to try to build a little bit of a prize for that.
Mm-hmm.
So just contact me if you're interested in supporting that. It's a great opportunity for you for your business to be branded as entrepreneurial supportive.
Mm-hmm.
And we give a little bit of a stipend to the winner, and we make sure that they have something to actually go to the next level.
Sure.
Which is the next event that we do.
Yeah, so let's talk about the big pitch.
So the big pitch kind of grew out of
right.
The 24-hour business plan challenge, because it was like, okay, so we're encouraging all these people to build business plans. What are they going to do with them?
Yeah,
right?
What are they going to do with them?
So we figured, let's make an event that's a little bit higher profile. It's a little bit more of a showy event.
Mm-hmm.
And it really engages them in promoting their idea and actually pitching their business.
Which we did last year for our inaugural.
So much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. It was way more fun than even I thought it would be.
Well, let's just say I was busy on something else and you ran with it, and I'm really glad that you did, because it turned out to be a really great event.
It was more than I think I had expected it to be.
So how many participants did we have last year?
We had 6 participants.
Okay.
And they had, the great thing about it is it's like 6 totally different business ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting what these entrepreneurs think is an important thing that needs to be focused on and a business built around.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all viable. Like they were all easily enactable if they just had that funding. So
Mm-hmm.
we brought them in. We gave them 3 minutes. We let them have a 10 PowerPoint presentation that we threw up on the wall.
And they could not go over the 3 minutes.
They could
they
not.
lost points.
They
right?
lost points, right?
Mhm.
And then we had 5 judges.
Yes.
So special thank you, by the way, to the mayor, who was a
Yes.
judge, and
Yes.
to you, because
Yes,
you were a
that
judge.
was fun.
And then we had 3 sponsor judges. So that's one of the opportunities you can be a sponsor,
Mm-hmm.
is it gets you on that judging table. So it's
Yeah.
just like The Voice or
Mhm.
any of those. You actually get to interact with the pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
So you can, ask them questions after they're done, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Special kudos to Bill Jviniak, the Director of Economic Development for the City of Mesa. He was our MC last
Yes,
year,
he
and
did
he
a
will be
nice
our
job.
MC this year.
Oh, you've talked him into that.
I have already.
Nice.
You know what? And
And it's hosted where? At the Delta?
it's hosted at the Delta, and the Delta will be our host again this year.
Awesome.
So they loved it. Like, you just can't help but get energized
Yeah.
by that moment,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
This year it looks like CCS is going to be our technology sponsor.
Oh, very cool.
Mhm.
I just saw Victor this morning.
I was going to say,
You
I'm
didn't even
surprised
mention
he
that.
didn't mention it, but
Yeah.
I talked to Tyler
Okay. Great.
to make sure that we have equipment.
Yeah.
So we'll be that.
Oh, that'll
and
be fun.
And we're just, it's just, it really raises that sort of entrepreneurial spirit,
Mhm.
and in the perception that Mesa is a place that you want to be
Yeah.
if you want to start a business.
Mhm.
So
Very cool. All right. So again, 2 events. You didn't tell us when.
So the 24-hour business plan challenge starts on 6 o'clock p.m. September 29th and
Okay.
ends at 6 o'clock p.m. September 30th. It's
All
a
right.
Friday to a Saturday.
Yes.
The Mesa pitch is October 26th,
Uh-huh.
which is a Thursday, right across the street from us here at the Chamber at the Delta Hotel.
Okay, and that's in the evening.
6 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
Awesome. All right. Call Bob. Email Bob.
MesaChamber.org. I'm actually gonna make an entrepreneur website or an entrepreneur URL that makes this a little bit easier. But
Probably a good idea.
would love to have your support if you're interested in being a sponsor. I can't express how much fun it is to see creation and see these participants
Yeah.
in their moment. Like, well, you saw it because you were there.
It was cool.
Yeah.
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 Very fun.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Bob.
Yep, absolutely. Happy to be here.
Thanks for the updates.
All right, I'm out.
Bye.
Bye.
This has been a Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business podcast. You can find all podcast episodes at iTunes, Spotify, or your own favorite podcast website. You can also find them online at mesachamber.org. Content of this podcast is copyright the Mesa Chamber of Commerce, unless otherwise noted.